friends, how are you doing and how was your weekend or how's your week ending? I am Mydigitallawyer, your digital lawyer. I'm an intellectual property lawyer and a business lawyer. So in the past episode or for a couple of weeks now, I'll be talking about photographers' rights, image rights. This episode is an extension of photographers' rights or what photographers need to know. So you should stay tuned. I'm talking about 5 mistakes photographers make that may land them lawsuits. Yes, 5 mistakes photographers make that may land them lawsuits. So stay tuned. Hey, welcome back. I'm Mydigitallawyer. I'm going to tell you 5 mistakes photographers make that may land them lawsuits. But before that, I would like to thank my subscribers. Thanks for subscribing to my channel. Thanks for watching my videos. And for those who share my videos, thank you. You all are the realest MVPs. I appreciate it. So first mistake a photographer may make that will land them a lawsuit is taking a photo of a work that has copyright in it. Yes. You all know about copyright as a photographer. When you take a photo of someone, you have copyright to that photo. But what happens when you take a photo of a work that's already protected by copyright? Say a sculpture or a painting that has copyright in it already, protected by copyright, and then you go ahead to take that photograph. Especially when you take that photograph for commercial purposes, yeah? It's a different case if you just take a photo of that and then maybe you use it for editorial purpose. But when it's for commercial purpose, you may be sued. You may get into trouble for doing that. You get maybe a sculpture. Someone has done a serious work and it's already they own copyright to that work, and you decide to take a photo of it and you publish it for commercial purpose. You can be sued because you have infringed on that individual's copyright. You didn't take permission from them or you didn't get their consent to actually take photos of that. You have infringed on that person's copyright, and that may land you into trouble. You may get sued for that. For you to be on the safe side, the best thing is ask for permission. Just ask. You never can tell. They may grant you permission to take photos of their work if you ask for permission for taking that photo. So shoot your shot rather than just use it and land into a lawsuit, get into trouble. Second mistake a photographer may make and get into a lawsuit is taking a photo of a work that has trademark, or taking a photo of a work alongside a trademarked work. Yes. So imagine you're taking a photo of an individual or taking a photo of a building close to a very well-famous restaurant, right? And that restaurant has a slogan or a logo or a name that's already trademarked. Then you take that picture in such a way that any reasonable man that sees that photo doesn't see the image you are trying to portray. Rather, the person sees the famous trademark of that restaurant or the famous slogan. And then when they see the picture, it passes off as if it is that of the restaurant, as if you're advertising the restaurant, or as if you are telling them this photo is about this restaurant. That restaurant can sue you because you have infringed on their trademark rights. So the best bet is for you to seek permission before taking a photo around some areas, because you never can tell. You may be taking a photo of a registered trademark. The registered trademark doesn't have to be in paper. It may just be on the building, and then you take a photo of an individual who is close to that trademark, infringe on the restaurant's trademark right, and they can sue you. So that's an instance. This happens to so many people. Aside street photographers, even for street photographers, you may make this error. You might be taking picture in a public place, which is not so public. You're just taking a photo and you do not know that you're taking a photo of a slogan or a mark or a name, a slogan or a mark or a name that's already trademarked. You may get into trouble for doing that. So best bet, seek permission whenever you want to take photograph of a building or of in an area whatsoever, and check your local laws. These are general tips. Your local law might be different, okay? But this is important for you to know as a photographer. Third mistake a photographer may make, which is a usual mistake that may land them a lawsuit, is taking a picture of a model and using for commercial purposes. Yes, you may decide to contact a model, or just, and in this instance, mind you, a model may be a professional model or anyone. So long as you're taking a picture of somebody, that person in that instance is a model. So imagine taking a picture of someone and you publish it for commercial purpose without their permission, or without getting a model release form in the case of professional models, or without even seeking requisite consent, and you are selling it out. You are getting yourself into big trouble. You may get into trouble. A good example is you go to a casino where there are gamblers, and then you take a picture of a gambler right now, maybe without his consent or without his knowledge, right? You take a picture of a gambler, and then next thing, the picture comes out so well, then you decide to sell it to a betting company, and then that betting company uses that person's photo for their ads for commercial purpose. So you can imagine, this person was not a celebrity. It doesn't have to be a celebrity. The fact that you have taken this picture and then you sold it to a betting company, and then this picture now brings value. It's adding value to the betting company, and then they sell it, or you sell it to them. You have made money off that. You can get into trouble for doing that. So when you take pictures of people, get their permission before you use it for commercial purposes. Otherwise, you may land yourself a lawsuit. Mistake photographers make that may land them into trouble is taking a photograph of a minor. So you like to check your state law to determine who a minor is. But a child also has the right to privacy. So you can't just take the picture of a child because it's a child and then you think you can publish it or use it for, even without using it for commercial purpose. Now you have infringed on their right to privacy. A well-famous case was the case of the Prince Harry, his son, yes, the famous Prince Harry. Sometime in July, they instituted an action against a photography company because they used a drone to take pictures of their baby. Yes, of their baby without their consent. So even if it's a baby, you need a model release form. If that baby is actually a model, you need a model release form, permission from their guardian or their parent, because everyone is entitled to their right to privacy, whether a child, whether a minor or an adult. So you can't take the picture of a child without the parents' consent. So don't say, oh, cute baby, you're so cute, I want to take a photo of you, and just click the button and publish it. You may land yourself a lawsuit. So beware. You can read up the case of Prince Harry's son. It's a very famous case. You can check it up online. Rafa landed himself a lawsuit, and so you can avoid that by just taking permission from the minor's parents, okay? Final mistake that photographers make is taking random photographs of people without seeking their permission. I think that's almost absurd. It's just courteous that you want to take a photo of someone and you say, excuse me, please, I like how you look. Can I take a photo of you? I may publish it on my journal or my Instagram or on my page, wherever it is, but just take their photo without their permission. That is wrong. You never can tell who will take that personally to heart. Okay, I remember I went for a friend's wedding, and a photographer walked up to me and said, I like what you're wearing, you look very good, I like your outfit, can I take a picture of you and feature on my wedding page on Instagram? Then I gave him permission. He took photos of me and he published it and he recognized me. That's more civic to do. That's a more civil thing to do as a photographer, rather than just take someone's photo and publish randomly. Everyone, like I said earlier, is entitled to their right to privacy. So 5 mistakes I've mentioned earlier: using a copyrighted work, using a trademarked work, taking photo of a minor without permission from their parents, taking photo of models and using for commercial purposes without taking permission from them or without a model release form, and taking photos of people randomly without seeking their permission. These are 5 mistakes, and there are a whole lot. So if you want to know more, do send me a mail, mydigitallawyer@gmail.com, for more tips and tools for photographers and intellectual property law generally. And do subscribe to my channel if you are yet to subscribe button. I hope you found this video useful. You should share with your photographers, share with friends and family. Someone might need to see this. Someone might need to know their rights as an individual, as a photographer, or a mistake they are making. You never can tell who you'll be saving, right? So don't forget to follow me on social media, Mydigitallawyer on Instagram and Mydigitallawyer on Twitter, okay? Thanks. Have an amazing week ahead. Bye, guys.